What's going on, Bulls fans? Welcome to another episode of Chicago Bulls Central. And today we're going to be talking about the Bulls' upcoming game against the New York Knicks. Hopefully, a revenge game. We'll be talking about all that and more right after this. Okay, so the Bulls have the Knicks coming in-house. Mitchell Robinson is going to be out of this game. And so, or I believe it's questionable. Either way, doesn't look like Mitchell Robinson is going to play tonight against the Bulls. And the Bulls should be able to capitalize off that. Yes, they still have Julius Randles. Yes, they still have Nerlens Noel. So they still definitely have enough interior rebounding, shot blocking, energy, athleticism, all of that to make it a difficult game for the Bulls, especially since Vooch is not returning this game. That it was confirmed also as well. This is going to be an interesting game. Because of how the last game went. We know that both teams, I think, were basically fully healthy at that point. But, what the Bulls have shown is that even in the last game that they can out rebound teams with nothing but hustle and everything else. The Bulls are going to need all of that against the Knicks tonight, as well as the Bulls are going to have to play that tough brand of defense that we're known for and that we've been playing all season. So I don't have any doubts on whether that's going to be a possibility or come to fruition or not. The Bulls are going to play tough defense. I don't expect a blowout in this game at all. I expect this to be another game that comes down the stretches, that are going to come down to big shots and everything else. And what ultimately this game is going to have to come down to is the Bulls' defense, is the Bulls' ability to guard the Knicks guards. You remember what Derrick Rose did to us, especially in the first half of that last game. The Bulls are going to have to come out here and they're going to have to play together. They're going to have to play smart. They're going to have to limit turnovers. They're going to have to hustle. All of that, and as well, they're going to have somebody else show up. What Thibodeau usually does, and we're Bulls fans, right? We got to see years of Tibbs' defense, and we know what his defensive strategy is. He makes everyone else beat you. It's very similar to what the Bulls try to do, and most NBA teams, really good defensive NBA teams try to do. He's going to double LaVine. He's going to double DeRozan. He's going to try to get the ball out of their hands as much as possible. So that means we're going to need other people to hit big shots. Caruso's offensive lack of offensive contribution that he's been giving us, again, as far as scoring wise, is not going to cut it, especially since he's going to be in the starting lineup. Javonte Green's going to have to hit open shots. We're going to have to go back to those pick and rolls with Derrick Jones Jr. as well, because when the game slow down, we're going to need that type of thing. But the key thing I really do think here, and this isn't to put everything on him, is Lonzo Ball. Not only him winning his matchup on defense against Kemba Walker and making the game frustrating for Kemba, but as well, Lonzo, don't be surprised if DeMar and Zach are able to do their thing. Okay, this may go away, but if Tibbs is able to get LaVine and DeRozan out of their games, kind of like it happened last game, it's going to come down to Lonzo's ability to hit open shots, because he's going to get some balls thrown his way, and he's not going to have the luxury of hesitating. He's going to need to shoot the ball without hesitation. He's going to have to make his shots. It's going to be important for the Bulls players to do that. It's going to be important for, even like I said, Ayo. I need to see more Ayo against Rose, is personally what I want to see as a fan, right? But Ayo as well. And I don't like to put a lot on Ayo. I've been biggest person with saying, like, part of why Ayo has been so good is because he's able to kind of just do and let the game come to him and fill in and contribute where he needs to. But we're going to have games from DJJ. We're going to have games from Ayo Dosunmu. We're going to have those games from them, those contributions for them, for this team to win this game tonight. It's not going to be an easy test at all against the New York Knicks. And I am going to look for them to do some things. And again, that doesn't mean they need to score 15, 20 points. It means that they're going to have to hit open shots. They're going to have to play with energy, and they can't let up on the New York Knicks. This is going to be a good game. This is going to be a fun game to watch as well. And overall, I really do think that this is another test for the Bulls. If they're going to continue to ascend and be taken serious in the East, we're here. The Bulls are here. And anyone who wants to continue to deny that, you can be willfully ignorant all you want, but the Bulls are here, and they're going to have to show that each and every night by showing up in games like tonight and making sure that regardless of who is or isn't on the court, that you can't let up on the Chicago Bulls. The defensive matchups is going to be key here. I really do think, and don't be surprised if we see another game of DeMar getting to the line a lot. If he puts his head down and forces fouls like he can, or even if he puts his head down, tries to get to the lane, and they collapse on him or they double him on entryway, he's going to have his head up and make the smart shot so that other players can get open shots. This is going to be a game that's won by our the rest of our team's ability to hit shots when they get them. When they get those open shots. Again, it's probably not going to start off that way, but if this game goes down the stretch similar to what the last game did, look out for those key things, as well as like Levine can't get frustrated. Again, we're going to be home. Hopefully we get more favorable calls, but you can't get frustrated with the refs, and then allow that to make him go into like prove a point mode, especially if his shot isn't falling. Now, if his shot is falling, all that goes away. Like I said, this game really comes down to a lot of how frustrating do the teams make it for each other? How much are DeMar and Levine taken out of how they are usually able to play? We have the best scoring duo, the duo with the most 20-point games between teammates in the NBA right now. But Tibbs is going to try to take that away. This defense is going to try to take that away from us, as well as keep pushing the pace when they can. Turnovers have to be limited. A lot of this all goes into it. But yeah, that's what I wanted to talk about with the game. Also, Marko Simonovic was sent back down to the Windy City Bulls. That tells me a couple of things. A, he really didn't get many minutes. Now, the Bulls played a lot of tough and close games, and, Marko may have hurt their chances to win those games that they did win, so I understand that. But also, even though Vooch isn't going to be back tonight, maybe that means that they're expecting Vooch to come back very, very shortly. So they went ahead and sent him back down so he can continue to probably get more reps and everything down at the Windy City Bulls. So like I said before, I'm going to be watching as many Windy City Bulls games as I can, because I really do want to have a more in-depth analysis on Marko Simonovic and what he can do and his potential and everything else, rather than just hear it from overseas or whatever else. I really want to kind of see that myself. So I'm going to be watching those games as closely as I humanly can. Also, be on the lookout. And I'm not saying this is, again, I am on record for saying that we are not going to see Coby White's form until a month after his return. But if we're going to get an early, really good performance from Coby White, this may be the game that we get that. This may be that game. So be on the lookout for all those things. Let me know down below what are some of the things you're going to be looking at for the Bulls versus the Knicks tonight. Like I like to end every video on, I love you guys. Go Bulls. Peace.
This has been a presentation of the Break Media.